Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really getting into something powerful. We're unpacking James Clear's Atomic Habits, Building Systems for Remarkable Change. We've looked at key parts of the book and also this great script called Atomic Habits by James Clear, How Tiny Changes Lead to Remarkable Results. Basically, we want to give you the core ideas, a shortcut, really, to see how tiny, consistent actions can genuinely change your life. So if you've tried building habits and, fallen off the wagon, or you're trying to ditch some bad ones, or maybe you're just curious how small steps lead to big results, well, this deep dive is for you. Ready? Okay, so we all do this, right? We set these big goals, lose weight, write a novel, get up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, those big ambitions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But James Clear kind of flips the script on that traditional goal setting right away, doesn't he? What's his take?
He does. It's not that goals are bad exactly, but he argues they aren't really the point. Most of us think it's about willpower. But he has this killer quote, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." Right. It's about those small daily routines, the systems you follow. Goals tell you where you want to go. Systems are how you actually get there day after day.
That really clicks.
Yeah.
Because those huge goals can feel paralyzing sometimes. So if we fall to our systems, what are these atomic habits he talks about? How do they fit in?
They are the systems, essentially. Or the tiny building blocks of them. Think atoms, right? Small, fundamental units. These are the tiny daily actions, like putting just a tiny bit of money into a savings account each day. It feels like nothing at the time.
But it compounds. That's the mind-boggling part he talks about. Getting just 1% better each day. It sounds trivial.
Yep, that sounds small.
But do the math. Over a year, that 1% daily improvement makes you over 37 times better. It's like exponential growth.
It is. And the flip side is just as potent. Get 1% worse each day, and you basically fade to nothing by year's end. It really shows the power of those tiny choices we make.
So it's not about some massive overnight change.
No, it's the aggregation, the sum of those marginal gains, that steady, almost invisible progress. That's where the magic happens.
Okay, so if compounding is so powerful and goals aren't the whole story, why is it still so hard? Why do we fail? What's the trap Clear points out?
Well, a big one is focusing only on the outcome. We get fixated on losing the 10 pounds or making X amount of money.
The end result.
Exactly. Success is only hitting that target. But Claire flips that too. He says, forget the outcome, focus on your identity.
Identity. How does that work?
It's kind of profound, actually. It shifts from what you get to who you are or who you're becoming.
Right, okay. So give us an example. How does I'm a runner work differently than I want to run a marathon? It sounds subtle.
It sounds subtle, but psychologically, it's huge. If you say, I want to run a marathon, failing feels like, well, failure. But if you say, I'm a runner, then going for a short run today, even if it's raining, reinforces that identity.
Ah, so you prove it to yourself.
Exactly. Instead of, I want to write a book, it's, I'm a writer. Every time you write even one sentence, you cast a vote for being a writer. When your actions align with that identity, it feels good, it reinforces it.
A vote. I like that. So every little habit, every action is a vote for the person you want to be.
Precisely. You're building evidence for your desired identity. So Clear's big idea here is habits aren't just about getting something, they're about becoming someone.
Okay, that's a powerful reframe.
Yeah.
So if identity is the target and systems are the path, how do we build those systems? This is where his 4 laws come in, right?
Exactly. It's the practical framework. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, make it satisfying. Let's start with law 1, make it obvious.
Make it obvious. What's the core idea?
It's that habits are triggered by cues, things in our environment, and often we don't even notice these triggers. So the first step is to make the cues for your good habits really, really obvious, unmissable.
Okay, like practical stuff. If you want to read more, don't hide the book on a shelf.
Right. Leave it on your pillow.
Or wanting to eat healthier. Put the fruit bowl right on the counter, not hidden away. Make the good choice the visible choice.
Yes. And he has this great technique called habit stacking. You piggyback a new habit onto one you already do automatically.
Like what?
Like, after I brush my teeth, I will meditate for 1 minute. Or after I pour my morning coffee, I will write 1 sentence. You link the new desired thing to an established routine.
So you design your environment, basically. Make the cues impossible to miss.
That's the goal for Law 1. Make it stand out.
All right, Law 1, obvious. What's next? Law 2, make it attractive. How do we make doing the habit feel good?
Well, fundamentally, we're drawn to things that promise a reward, right? Our brains love that dopamine hit, so we need to link our habits to positive feelings.
This is where temptation bundling comes in. I love this one.
Yes, pair something you want to do with something you need to do.
Like his example, I only watch my favorite show while I'm on the exercise bike.
Exactly. The reward of the show makes the exercise more attractive. The key is you only get the reward when you do the habit.
You can't cheat and watch the show anyway.
Right. And another part of making it attractive is social. We mimic people around us. So hang out with people who already have the habits you want. Their behavior becomes normalized, attractive.
Makes sense. Okay, so we've made it obvious,
Yeah.
made it attractive,
Yeah.
but sometimes it still feels like too much work, which leads to law 3. Make it easy.
Yes. And this one challenges that whole idea of needing motivation. Clear says, forget motivation, just reduce friction. Make the habit so simple you can't say no.
The path of least resistance.
Exactly. The less energy it takes, the more likely you are to do it.
And this is where the famous 2-minute rule fits in. Yeah. Which sounds almost too simple.
It does, but it's powerful. Scale down any habit so it takes less than 2 minutes to start.
So read every day becomes read 1 page.
Or do yoga becomes roll out my yoga mat.
Run 3 miles becomes put on my running shoes.
Precisely. The point isn't the 2 minutes itself, it's mastering the art of showing up.
And that standardizes the habit first.
Right. Clear says, standardize before you optimize. Get the habit established, make it automatic, then worry about improving it. Just show up consistently first.
Okay, makes sense. Easy is key. Finally, law 4. Make it satisfying. Why is this the last piece?
Because what is immediately rewarded is repeated. What is immediately punished is avoided. We need some kind of immediate payoff for the habit to stick.
Even if the long-term benefits are huge, like getting fit.
Yeah, those are often too far away. We need something now. This is where things like habit trackers come in, seeing that visual progress, like putting an X on a calendar.
That feels good. Don't break the chain.
Exactly. That little dopamine hit reinforces the behavior. It creates a craving to keep the streak going.
But what happens when you do break the chain? Because, let's be real, it happens.
It absolutely does. And Clear has crucial advice here. Never miss twice.
Never miss twice. Why is that so important? Missing one day seems bad enough.
Because one missed day is an accident. 2 missed days is the start of a new unwanted habit. Missing once is okay. Forgive yourself. Get back on track immediately the next day.
It prevents the spiral.
Exactly. It stops one slip up from derailing everything. It reinforces that you're still the type of person who does this habit, even with occasional misses. It's about resilience, not perfection.
That's a huge relief, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are the 4 laws for building good habits. Now, what about the flip side? Getting rid of the bad ones.
Well, the beauty is you just invert the laws. It's the same framework, just in reverse.
The law 1, make it obvious becomes.
Make it invisible. Reduce exposure to the cues that trigger your bad habit. Hide the cookies, delete the app, unsubscribe from the emails.
Law 2, make it attractive becomes.
Make it unattractive. Reframe the consequences. Focus on the negatives of the bad habit, not any perceived short-term pleasure. Think about the long-term cost.
Law 3, make it easy becomes.
Make it difficult. Add friction. Make it harder to do the bad thing. Increase the steps required.
And law 4, make it satisfying becomes.
Make it unsatisfying. Introduce an immediate cost or consequence. Maybe an accountability partner you have to pay if you slip up, or just associating the habit with an unpleasant feeling.
Okay, let's take an example, like stopping mindless phone scrolling or doom scrolling.
Okay. Make it invisible. Maybe leave your phone in another room. Make it unattractive. Remind yourself how drained and anxious it makes you feel afterwards.
Make it difficult.
Log out of apps after each use. Delete the apps entirely. Maybe even, like you said, give your password to someone else temporarily. Add steps.
And make it unsatisfying.
Maybe set a timer, and when it goes off, you have to put the phone down immediately, no matter what. Create a rule with an immediate stop.
It feels like adding that friction, making it difficult, is maybe the hardest part for bad habits. We like things easy.
It is often the hardest initially. You have to consciously set up those barriers. But once they're there, like the app is deleted, the ongoing effort is much less than constantly fighting the urge. You make the hard decision once.
So tying this all together then.
Yeah.
What's the really big overarching message from Atomic Habits?
I think it comes back to that core idea. Goals are for people who care about winning once. Systems are for people who care about winning repeatedly.
Right. Goals are destinations, systems are the journey.
Exactly. Anyone can set a goal. but who you become through your daily systems, the identity you build brick by tiny brick. That's what endures.
So transformation isn't that one big light bulb moment.
Not usually, no. It's the sum of countless tiny wins, repeated day after day, until your actions and your identity just align. It's the compound interest of self-improvement.
So as you're listening, remember the goal isn't really perfection. It's just momentum. Start small, stay consistent, and notice those little wins. They add up more than you think.
And keep that quote in mind. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become.
You're casting votes all day long.
Every day.
So the real question is, who are you becoming?